son of a doctor from the Val d'Arno, Marsilio Ficino was born on 19 October 1433, in Figline. He is the greatest representative of that Florentine humanism which, with Giovanni Pico della Mirandola, remains at the origin of the great systems of thought of the Renaissance and of 17th-century philosophy. Just think of a Giordano Bruno or a Campanella. After studying the texts of Galeon, Hippocrates, Aristotle, Averroes and Avicenna, Ficino was chosen by Cosimo de' Medici the Elder, called by him Second Father, to bring back to Florence the Platonic tradition, already reintroduced by Leonardo Bruni, by Traversari and by the Byzantines Bessarion and Plotin since the time of the Council of 1439. To this mission was added for Marsilio, over the course of 30 years, the task of translating the Corpus Hermeticum, the writings of the legendary Hermes Trismegistus, the Plotinus Aeneid and other Neoplatonist texts as well. After Cosimo's death, it was Piero, his son, and then Lorenzo the Magnificent who supported Ficino's work as translator and thinker. And so, various ecclesiastical assignments allowed Marsilio to devote himself entirely between 1474 and 1497 to the Latin translations of Plotinus, Proclus, Synesius, Porphyry, Iamblichus, Pacellos and Pseudo-Dionysius. His work as a philosopher, on the other hand, he essentially completed between 1458 and 1493, with De Dio et Anima, De Divino Furore, De Voluptate, De Soul, Theologia Platonica, a systematic treatise on the immortality of soul, the De Vita Libri Trace on the physical and mental hygiene of scholars, the latter book full of magical and astrological ideas, derived from Plotinus, Porphyry, the Asclepius and Picatrix. Of fundamental importance in the work of this great humanist are the numerous argumenta and commentary elaborated on the occasion of his Platonic translations, among which the commentary on the Timaeus and the one on Parmenides stand out. While De Amore, destined to exert a formidable influence on all literature up to the 19th century, from Leone Ebrio to Shelley, taking its cue from Plato's Convivio, can fully be considered a work of authorship. A further aspect, crucial for understanding Ficino's European fame, consists of his letters, all inspired by an ideal of Platonic wisdom imbued with strong poetic, now esoteric and metaphysical veins. The reprint of the epistles, Capcasa 1495 edition, was published by the Société Marsilio Ficino with an introduction by Stéphane Toussaint in 2011. It is not difficult to understand how Ficino's work was destined to revolutionize a Western culture until recently largely foreign to the original Plotinus and Proclus, to all Plato as well as the Corpus Hermeticum. This can be seen from very suggestive works such as De Soul, De Vita and De Amore. Ficino's thought proposes a vision of man with strong cosmic and magical affinities, at the center of an animated, highly spiritualized machina mundi, precisely because pervaded by the spiritus mundi. The essential function of human thought is to access, through an imaginative illumination, spiritus, and fantasy, rational, ratio, and intellectual, mens, to the self-awareness of one's own immortality and to the indiarsi of the man thanks to those signa and symbola, cosmic signs comparable to universal hieroglyphics originating from the celestial world. Human action in all its nuances, artistic, technical, philosophical and religious, basically expresses the divine presence of an infinite mens in nature, within a cyclical vision of history, marked by the myth of the Great Return, Platonic. Marsilio Ficino died on 1 October 1499 in his Florence, after the fall of Savonarola, while Europe, shortly thereafter, would have recognized the epical significance of his thought entrusted to many Italian, Swiss, German and French prints of the works of him.